Hi guys, I finally came up with a good way to make content that doesn't need that good of a microphone. Although if I want to make streams or anything else, I would have to buy one. And I was thinking of a certain possibility what I could potentially do to obtain that microphone, but that's beside the point. I'm too small for that probably anyway, so I guess it's a small question to y'all. Should I make live streams even I have a bit of a bad microphone? This video is a compilation of all of my material guides. Now keep in mind, they have text to speech, but they are still very valuable in terms of information they contain. This video is made for easier way of checking things you need. You can always check the original videos on the channel. The guide will contain strawberries, blueberries, red and blue extracts, pineapples, sunflowers, oil and enzymes, glue and gumdrops, neon berries, bitter berries, smoothies and purp potions, and at last, waxes and turpentines. It's not much, but it's actually interesting to see the quality difference between the first material guide and the last with turpentines. Also, it's a good way to warm up when I will be making the actual videos on the laptop. Right now I can just test out features, make jokes and stuff like that. Alright, enjoy.
No macro, no problem. This video will have every way I can think of to obtain blue and red extracts. The rest of the materials will be done later, because I'd rather to cut up the information to smaller bits. Anyway, let's start with a few obvious sprouts and crafting. Sprouts done in sprout parties, or as a help from others players. Now, begging pro players isn't the best idea, but if you got a friend on fairly good relations with you, they might let you take a few. Crafting which, yeah, I guess you know both of them. However, do you get the blueberry or strawberry dispenser? Yeah, I bet you don't. By the way, I don't know why, but I didn't know that for about 2 to 3 years, strawberry and blue dispensers give the same amount of fruit as the amount of red or blue bees you have in your hive. I think that's pretty neat. You should also remember about memory matches and planters. Planters on red fields for red extracts, and blue for blue extracts specifically. I dunno, blue clay at pine tree, pesticide and bam, and tacky on blue flower. While if you are going for red extracts, red clay on rose, tacky in mush, and pesticide in straw. With that setup, pesticide and tacky get their respective speed buffs. It's not really good for nectar gain, but we aren't currently after that. Bug runs and bosses. Snail doesn't really drop anything useful in terms of extracts, but other bosses should drop a few blue extracts. Ant pass can drop a few blueberries and strawberries too. With enough RNG it's 1 extract per 2 hours. If not more. Okay, we are gonna go with really uncommon ones, doing Black Bear after his quest line. Some of the quests can give 25 blueberries. Rare Sprout Summon. You can use Bucko and Riley B as well. But you probably figured that on your own. No need for Uncle Didu to help with that. I actually don't know any other way. You can always grind in blue fields and red fields, they can drop a token or two. It could even be an extract. At least I think so. Alright, technically I could say, duh, put hydroponic and heat treat planter, but if you are in need of those items, I presume you don't own them yet. If you are curious, those planters can give up to 100 extracts per harvest or so. They are quite good value, even though they seem a bit expensive. But they don't always give such insane amounts. It's usually 10 to 20 per harvest, which is still fairly valuable. And what guide would you desire next? Not many people watch these videos in full, so I am all ears to people that reached this moment of the video. The channel is quite small, so if you want to see more non-macro content, like and subscribe. Alright, Didu out. Let's oil up. I mean, hello. This video will contain no macro guide for enzymes and oil. Last part contained red and blue extracts, so if you are out of the loop you can check it out afterwards. Speaking of which, enzymes and oil are fairly weird materials. They get pretty much replaced in most recipes for equipment by super smoothies that require obtaining tropical drinks. But anyway, if you want oils, you can do Windy Bee daily. Yeah, daily. You should nt do them too many in a row because they lose their value over time. But a windy bee is a very good source for sunflower seeds and oils. Planters and sprouts in sunflower field. That was pretty obvious. In terms of planters, preferably use tacky planter over there. Or petal planter, but the question is, do you own it? Now let's get to enzymes. Enzymes are fairly similar. Sprouts in pineapple field, planters in pineapple field, which, don't get me wrong, but outside of petal planter, there isn't a best in slot for pineapple field. You could always use a plastic planter on that field if you don't own petal planter. Now, those were ways of obtaining them separately. Now let's go to ways that are the same for both of them. And pass. With good luck, it can give enough sunflower seeds or pineapple to craft enzymes and oils. Doing stickbug. I will be honest, I hate stickbug. But I can't deny that he gives a lot of enzymes and oil. Bug runs and mobs. Usually tunnel bear is the one to drop oil or enzymes, but also coconut crab. Okay, since I already foreshadowed this, let's speak about tropical drinks. Aka, my favorite consumable in the entire game. It isn't tough to get. Sure, you can craft it, but it's not worth it if you need hundreds, if not thousands of it. Just kill crab. For that, in my opinion, Vicusby is very viable until getting coconut belt. But other than that, maybe plant a few planters on that field. You should be good to go by then. Polar bear. Yeah, he also gives it. If you do his quests, he has a chance to give you an oil or enzyme. But either way, you should do polar bear. He is a very good NPC if you want to grind for quest badge, or have very sleepy bees. Doing puff runs. I will be honest, doing puff runs is alright, but it's not the best. You are more likely to get more value by finding someone to do stickbug with than to do puff shrooms on sunflower or pineapple field. Side note, I forgot about puffs as a possible way of strawberries and blueberries that could be turned into extracts. Which, yeah, they are alright. But to actually gain a good source of materials from puffs, you have to be minimum mid-game and do the 15 strat. Silly me, hee hee. Coming back to heat-treated and hydroponic planters. They give a lot of extracts, but also oils and enzymes. Oils are dropped by hydroponic. Enzymes by heat-treated. They drop similar to extracts. Usually 10 to 20, but sometimes you hit a jackpot. That gives around 100 of each. You can also do retro, but being honest, I kinda hate retro. I will speak on it briefly, but you are wasting an hour or so for less than 20 oils or enzymes. Less than 10 if you can't reach higher rounds. I would literally prefer to do anything else than retro. Even AFK planter. Okay, I nearly forgot to mention Robo Bear. He can also give extracts, oil and enzymes. So, I guess don't sleep on him like the macro players do that play the game with a bronze cog as a level 18 high. I am serious. And here's my last option. Grind in sunflower or pineapple fields for their corresponding material. There really isn't much to be said about those materials. You can always get memory matches done, but if you at least do stickbug and kill Windy once in a while, you should be alright in terms of those materials. The other options are mostly bonus ways of getting those materials. Alright, so next guide will be about glues and gumdrops. It will be a bigger video, so it might take longer than usual for it to be released. And a small channel update. I am very thankful to your reaction to my previous video about extracts. With time, my videos will get better and reach outside of no macro issues. The channel will also contain Hoyoverse content whenever I get around to it, mostly reviews or challenges for fun that I come up with. Like beating a boss with a single character that deals barely anything to it. Alright, whatever, Didu out.
Light of the blazing sun!
I will be honest, I put memes here, but right now I just want to get a clean 5 minutes length. Oh, I have it. Okay, bye. Want to be a Sigma Goo hive? Putting the sticky sweets all over the fields. Well, I know the tricks. I've been a white hive for a while, and grinded Gummy Baller as my first endgame collector. So if anything, I should know a thing or two. One more thing, if you can, please subscribe. The channel is small. Alright, let's start with gumdrops. Crafting. How to craft gumdrops. I explained how to get the blueberries, strawberries and pineapples in my corresponding videos. They are in the playlist on the channel, or in the description. Yes, it was all applauded, so you have to watch my different guides to understand my different guides. That's the Didu BSS guide video pipeline. Anyway, let's go to different ways of obtaining gumdrops. Buy with tickets. It might be a bit expensive, but when you need a few quickly they are great. Bug runs. Bosses. Especially snail. Snail can potentially give in thousands. Candy planter and stump. Just spam the planter on that field. It gives an alright amount of gumdrops. Memory matches. They aren't the best, but it's alright when you get lucky. Stickbug also can spare a few, but that amount changes with your score. Of course, gummy sprouts. And at last, puff shrimps. Which method I recommend? It really depends. I personally focused on 3. Crafted gumdrops, did puff shrimps, and sprouts. But if you really want to lock in, you could probably put gumdrops in blender. Do natural puff shrooms every 30 minutes. Kill or AFK snail on which you have candy planter set up, and from time to time kill stickbug and check memory matches. Special mentions. Whenever Beesmas is around, spam Dapper Bear's Samovar. Every so often it can give 25 gumdrops. Planter of Plenty can give about 10 to 100 gumdrops per harvest. Assuming you own it, probably know if you need glues. Alright, those are the ways of getting gumdrops. Although there's one more that consists of you having a gummy star passive, activating the gummy star, and grow the star big enough that it becomes a positive trade. Glue dispenser is very helpful for that positive trade. If you activate the gummy star with infinite gumdrops buff, you will always get a few gumdrops free daily. It's not much. With small boosts it's about 10 to 20 gumdrops, way less without gummy baller. Speaking of glues, to obtain glues, you should do glue dispenser daily. But it isn't enough realistically. If you only did glue dispenser, you would obtain 500 glues in 100 days, and 1500 glues in 300 days. So if you didn't care about glue, you would spend 400 days of daily login to buy gummy baller and gummy boots. So how do we get more? Very similar ways to gumdrops. Puff shrooms, especially rare puff shrooms, bosses, mostly snail, candy planter, bug runs. However, glue can be also obtained from Robo Bear Challenge. Around round 10 to 15. Now, how would I recommend getting that glue? Focusing on puff shrooms and crafting. So if you need glues, you need gumdrops too. Glues can be also used in crafting as well, for purple potions or loaded dice. They are really good late game. Also, glues are very good to be used on fields where you can't use bees. Such as stump field if you got snail there, or hub field. That is all from the video. As you can see, the guides are going from the most common ingredients, probably all the way up to turpentines. Next video will about early white. Specifically, early white guide. Due to YouTube not having a single one out there, for one of the harder challenges in BSS, you should subscribe and comment and link it to your neighbor, hit the bell, share it again to your neighbor, and comment again, and wait for more. Also, don't be shy and comment what guide would you like to see next. Or even a video proposition of some silly idea. I am down for anything. Anyway, Didu out. Bitter berries, purple potions, super smoothies. You love them, don't you? Making stupidly expensive items for your even more expensive items. Or trying to get that single mutation with bitter berries just to fail massively. Well, I got some good and bad news in this guide. Before you watch, please sub, channel small ya know. First, if you are going for neon berries and bitter berries, they share similar root tables. The best way to get them are puff shrooms. Now, if you need more info about puffs, I got just the right video uploaded a few days ago. Go watch that video for full info about puffs. Now, any other way? Well, there are at least 2 more ways. Pesticide planter. That is your best friend. Gives tons of bitter berries and neons. Preferably put it on spider field. Mythic meteors. Preferably do them with friends. They good in loot. Most of the time at least. Mondo chick. Also do with friends. The more the merrier. Okay, I give up. I am serious, there aren't many other ways of obtaining them. Sure, there's also Robo Bear, but you can only obtain neon berries from Robo Bear. Also you can get them from beating mobs, but you have to get lucky. And yeah, that's why this video has also purple potions and super smoothies. Otherwise this video would be the size of a short. Anyway, purple potions and super smoothies are simple. You can craft them. If you need any help, I made a video for each of required ingredients. Star jellies for smoothies are a short video on my channel, but if you do coconut crab you will be fine. You can obtain them from doing puff shrooms, usually above epic rarity of a puff. You can also get them from Robo Bear. If you use plastic planter, you can get one super smoothie a month. It usually gives when planted on Rose Field, but it's still something. Purple potions can be gotten from mythic meteors, so doing meteors is still useful. And of course, the usual, killing bosses. That's about it. There's not much to be said, those materials are hard to get for a reason. Anyway, next material guide video will take a bit longer, but that video will finally mark the end of material guides for Bee Swarm Simulator. At least, for now. There might be a snowflake guide, but that will be whenever Beesmas drops. Alright, subscribe if you can, pretty please. Now, I am out. No wait, Didu out. Alright, this video had a few production difficulties. Mostly with writing the script. I don't know why, but I made it 10 times harder to comprehend. But now it's repaired. Enjoy the video. Yes you. Welcome to the last video of this series. At least for now. Series about obtaining materials, goodies, consumables, whatever you may call it. This video is about waxes and turpentines. Soft waxes, easy to get, all you gotta do are puff shrooms. That's all you need to know about soft waxes. You can use red clay planter as well, but you will be fine with only puff shrooms. Crafting is mostly never recommended. Next one are hard waxes. They can be obtained from Robo Bear, as well as doing puffs. Usually rare puffs have those waxes. But to be fair, Retro Challenge also has hard waxes. But doing retro is the biggest time waste ever. I am sorry, I will always dunk on this specific game mode because it just gets boring in mere 3 to 4 playthroughs. After hard waxes we reach a bit tougher difficulty. Waxes that require your kidney to craft. Swirled waxes, usually puff shrooms rarity epic and higher. They get special bonuses from planting specific planters on specific fields. Crafting is not good to say the least. Important combos that work once a month are plastic in coconut, candy on cactus, blue clay on spider. Red clay also has a chance, but it's usually on all blue fields. Blue flower, bamboo, pine tree and stump. Tacky in pumpkin, pesticide in strawberry. I seemingly forgot about hydro in mushroom and heat treated in blue flower. Now that's awkward. Let's move on to the next type of wax. Caustic wax. I will be honest, this wax is one of the weirder ones. It's way cheaper than swirled to craft, but it's way harder to obtain from puffs. From puffs it's from legendary and above. Plastic in rose can give some, as well as candy on mountaintop, and clay planters, red and blue, placed on clover. As well as tacky in bamboo, pesticide on pretty much anywhere, but strawberry and bam have higher chances. Heat treat and hydro on coconut. Petal on dand, and pop everywhere, but it doesn't matter. You aren't watching my content at the point of reaching planter of plenty. Now let's go to turpentines. Turpentines are one of the hardest to get resources. Problem is, there are realistically only a few ways of obtaining them. Now, every planter has a chance to give turpentine. But I wouldn't be cheering with hands in the air, hoping to get turpentine from your tacky planter the next time you see it 100%, the chance is very small from those planters. Realistic numbers start appearing from petal, which, petal isn't realistic. 1% chance to drop turp. I have never gotten it. While, planter of plenty has 10%. I got a few turps that way, which were quite helpful during Bubble Bee Man. Oh, and don't ask why I decided to record my BBM journey in form of a shit post. But I will tell you something, there were artists that have passed away, and after that people realized they had great art. Okay, I don't know where I was going with that. Like and subscribe, smash bell, Discord join, the link is https Discord. Wink, wink. Okay, but let's get back to the topic. You can also obtain turpentines from crafting, which, no. Use that as a last resort when you are 2 to 3 turps away from buying pop. Or buying coconut belt. Or buying something, whatever, you don't want to craft the turps. About 90% of the time. Robo Bear, it has a very low chance to give you turpentine after clearing round 20. I think it can give even 2 turps at once, but that's only after round 25 and being very lucky. Retro Challenge Leaderboard. God damn it, I just hate it. Listen, if this video gets 20 likes, I will make a Retro Challenge hate video. Actually scratch that, 50 likes. Let's see if you can beat that. My 185 subscriber channel. At the time of writing it, awesome. Puff shrooms, mythics, or legendary puff shrooms, drop them. This is the main way of obtaining them. That's the best way to obtain turps. Which means a lot considering it's literally random number generator. But, thankfully Onnit realized no one plays his game outside of Beesmas, so he added a lot of ways of getting turpentines during Beesmas. First, the easiest is Samovar. 25th use gives turpentine. Also, no Timmy. It's not rare to get turp from it. Also no Timmy. When it says, you used Samovar 24 times, it means that you used it 24 times, and the current use is 25th one. Bye Timmy. Anyway, Stickbug Beesmas quest. That's quite easy too considering turpentines are really hard to get. Every year, there's a quite expensive bundle, but it contains turp and other goodies. Which is great. Robo Party. But let's be honest, you will need help of E_lol Fragile Silence, and 2 other good players such as Goku and Batman to obtain that turpentine. Gated by Robo Bear's party. We also have turpentine from BBM. But that's just obvious turpentine. I don't think you had problems imagining what you will get for the hardest quest in the game. And of course, 20th quest of Dapper Bear. 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 It also gives turpentine.
Onnit, can you hear me? Don't hang up. Ha. Who even needs
Onnit. Oni.com.
Who needs 15 to 20 quests for me?
Good old.
Dapper Bear. I hate this.
Chat has been tagged.
Oh, you want to
Purchase.
something. Don't you wanna hear more about
Onnit. Oni.com.
Suit yourself. I will be here. Waiting. 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 Waiting.
Okay, I have no idea what was up with Dapper Bear. Anyway, I think we have gone through everything important about waxes and turpentines. Next video will be a showcase how I make videos. My name is Didu. I made the videos. It was difficult to put the clips together. Alright, ciao. Sorry. Didu out.
So, how was it? What, you forgot what you just saw? Alright, let me give it to you really quick. Okay, you understood that? I hope you did. Anyway, see you next video. Sub, like, Discord, TikTok, you get it, I get it, we all get it. See you next video. So, Retro Challenge video will be soon. I know you all gonna get 50 likes, but I'm just like this nice. Yeah. Alright, do that out.